some fun. Tune in late at night or tune in the sun. This is TFM. Get ready to rock. From AM to PM. Come on. Let's talk.
TFM 95.4.
Let's talk.
Live on TFM and the TFM Facebook page. This is the live feed of TTV. Let's talk.
Hello and welcome to the Midday Update. These are the top headlines from our newsroom today. 72% of deaths in Oman caused by 4 lifestyle diseases. Children up to 11 exempt from wearing face masks. Oman took tangible steps to enhance human rights during 2020. House used for illegal business raided in Muscat. Expats arrested for illegally selling alcohol in the country. Joe Biden sworn in as the 46th President of the United States. Biden signs order to end Trump's Muslim travel ban. Djokovic says demands for Australian Open players misconstrued. Kenyan sprinters hope for strong show at 2021 World Relays. These were the top headlines of the day. Let's see how the weather condition looks like in the Sultanate in our weather update.
Hi, my name is Maitha El-Shukaili for today's weather update. And right now, I'm outside the TFM studio in Al Khuer. Before we move on to weather, here is our fact for the day. Earth is closest to the sun in January. It is the coldest in the northern hemisphere. This is why the temperature on Earth is almost all due to the Earth's tilt. That is our fact for the day. Now let's step inside the studio and talk more about weather. An alert has been issued by Oman Meteorology and Civil Aviation Authorities saying that there will be a reduction in visibility due to the fog formation, and there will be mainly clear skies over the rest of the Sultanate with chances of late night to early morning, low-level clouds or fog patches over the parts of South Al-Sharqiyya, North Al-Sharqiyya and Al-Wusta. And now let's take a look at how the weather will be like in all the governorates. Muscat will be sunny, temperatures between 28 to 20 degrees Celsius. Musandam will be sunny, temperatures between 25 to 17 degrees Celsius. North Al-Batina will be sunny, temperatures between 27 to 18 degrees Celsius. South Al-Batina will be sunny, temperatures between 29 to 20 degrees Celsius. Al-Buraimi will be sunny, temperatures between 28 to 16 degrees Celsius. Al-Dhahira will be sunny, temperatures between 30 to 17 degrees Celsius. Al-Dakhiliya will be sunny, temperatures between 30 to 17 degrees Celsius. North Al-Sharqiyya will be sunny, temperatures between 30 to 17 degrees Celsius. South Al-Sharqiyya will be sunny, temperatures between 28 to 18 degrees Celsius. Al-Wusta will be sunny, temperatures between 30 to 17 degrees Celsius. And the Dhofar will be sunny, temperatures between 27 to 17 degrees Celsius.
Welcome back to TTV. You're watching Midday Update. Now, before we get into the details of the local stories for the day, let's straight go to COVID-19 update. The Ministry of Health has announced 1 death due to coronavirus in the country today. This has taken the total death cases in Oman to 1,517. The health officials has also extended their deepest condolences to the family of the deceased. In addition to that, the Ministry of Health has registered 169 new coronavirus cases in Oman today. The total cases in the country have now touched 132,486, including 124,730 recoveries and 1,517 deaths. According to health officials, in the past 24 hours, 151 recoveries were also reported. The ministry has urged everyone to adhere to social distancing instructions issued by the Supreme Committee and the Ministry of Health. Now from our local desk. Cardiovascular diseases, diabetes, cancer, and chronic respiratory diseases are responsible for 72% of all deaths in Oman, the Ministry of Health has said. 18% of these mortalities occur prematurely in people, primarily those between the ages of 30 and 69, added the government body. Cardiovascular diseases are the leading cause of death among non-communicable disease in Oman, responsible for 36% of fatalities, followed by cancer standing at 11%, diabetes at 8%, and chronic respiratory diseases at 2%. Persons diagnosed with non-communicable or lifestyle diseases are also more vulnerable to contracting infection from COVID-19, warned the ministry. They are most likely to suffer from more severe symptoms of the disease, while managing treatment or curing their ailments is also harder at present as hospitals are preoccupied with treating coronavirus patients. To spread awareness of the importance of leading a healthy lifestyle and not developing non-communicable diseases, the Ministry of Health has launched an awareness campaign called Himatak Mana, in Arabic known as For Support, in collaboration with pharmaceutical company AstraZeneca. The campaign began today and will target people with chronic ailments and their families by focusing on the role patients play in managing their own diseases through self-monitoring and incorporating healthy practices into their lifestyles. It will use various means to spread awareness, including educational videos and infographics on social media platforms, awareness adverts on TV channels, as well as messages shared on mobile phone applications and websites. Now, children aged up to 11 are exempt from wearing face masks while at school, the Ministry of Health has said yesterday. The decision comes days after children in grades 1, 4, 5, 9, and 11 were allowed to return to schools. This development was communicated to the Ministry of Education in keeping with guidelines drafted by the World Health Organization for school-going children up to age 11. However, other precautionary measures in place to protect students and staff in schools must be adhered to, the ministry warned. They said in a statement that children aged 5 years and under should not be required to wear masks, while children aged 12 and over should wear a mask and follow the same precautionary conditions as adults. Shedding further light on this decision, an official from the Ministry of Health told the Times of Oman that children aged 11 and under might not have the maturity to properly handle their masks, which could lead to more infection to themselves and others. The official said that you may be wondering why students between 6 and 11 years of age do not have to wear a mask except under certain circumstances. We consider those under 11 years to still be unaware and they might not know how to use masks. The student may exchange the mask with his classmates or schoolmates or wear it once again after it falls on the ground. He might wear it after it has gotten dirty or wet, and all of these will help spread infection among the students or cause them to have respiratory problems. He continued saying that, however, children aged between 6 and 11 years should wear masks based on whether there is widespread transmission where the child resides and the ability of the child to safely and appropriately use a mask. These conditions also depend on easy access to masks, readily available replacement masks, and adequate adult supervision so that children know how to put on, take off, and safely wear masks. Another factor is the interactions the child has with people who are at high risk of contracting serious illnesses, such as the elderly and those with existing health conditions. In order for that, committees made up of officials from the Directorates of Health and Education have been set up in each governorate at the school level to ensure school children, teachers, and staff wear their masks properly. Instructions on how to wear masks properly have been distributed to schools in all parts of the country. Oman Human Rights Commission has said that the Sultanate took tangible steps to foster human rights and preserve human dignity. In a statement issued yesterday, the Commission pointed out that His Majesty Sultan Haitham bin Tariq issued a number of royal decrees, the most important of which amends the basic law of the state and introduces new clauses offering more guarantee to human liberties, rights, human dignity, and equality among citizens in terms of rights. Other decrees restructured the state's administrative apparatus to help meet the goals of Oman Vision 2040 and respond to the aspirations of citizens over the coming stage of development, said the statement. Oman Human Rights Commission categorically refuted the report of Human Rights Watch on specific human rights issues by joining more international agreements of relevance. The statement indicates that the Sultanate joined 3 agreements in 2020 and that these 3 agreements have had the power after being ratified. The Oman Human Rights Commission said that it closely followed up the steps taken by the government of the Sultanate towards guaranteeing the rights of residents and workers. It noted that expat workers were exempt from any fees or fines or any legal action pertinent to the expiry of their labor permits. The Commission also pointed out that it also followed up other procedures undertaken in favor of foreign workers and stated that it observed the amnesty granted to hundreds of foreign prisoners and their repatriation to their respective countries in special flights amid coronavirus pandemic. This is in addition to offer free medication to residents in all governorates of the Sultanate. The statement also expressed appreciation for the U.S. Atlantic Council Network's commendation of the Sultanate's plan to contain the COVID-19 pandemic. It also noted the World Health Organization's commendation of the Sultanate's use of technology to control COVID-19 pandemic and limit its spread among citizens and residents. Oman Human Rights Commission said in its statement that it observed the Sultanate's cancellation of the no objection certificate, which was a prerequisite to any foreign worker wishing to move from the employer to another. The step secures foreign workers free access to any work in the market, said the statement. About gender equality, the Commission said that it followed up the steps undertaken by the government of the Sultanate, which joined the International Convention on the Elimination of All Forms of Discrimination Against Women. As for foreign domestic helpers, the Commission said it has been in touch with the departments tasked with protecting the rights of this segment, including the Royal Oman Police and the National Committee for Control of Human Trafficking, among other departments. This morning, the Muscat municipality raided a house in Matra after it was used for running illegal business activity. In a statement issued online by the Muscat municipality, said the house was used as a blacksmith and warehouse office without obtaining a municipal license, which contravenes the provision of Administrative Decision Number 55/2017 regarding administrative penalties for violations of Muscat municipality, according to the municipality. Now, talking on the lines of raiding, more than 64,000 bottles of alcoholic drinks have been seized by the Department of Investigation and Risk Assessment after it raided a site in Wilayat Saham. According to Oman Customs, expat workers were also caught for selling alcohol. Oman Customs said in a statement online that the Department of Investigation and Risk Assessment raided a site in the Wilayat of Saham that stores and sells alcoholic beverages. More than 6,400 bottles of alcoholic drinks have been seized. This was all from our local desk. It's time for a quick commercial break, but stay tuned as we have more updates coming from our international desk.
Oman's largest online supermarket now has no minimum order limit. From grocery to household items, Rafiq has everything that you want. Enjoy worry-free shopping with over 8,000 products to choose from and get it delivered straight to your doorstep. Rafiq, you order, we deliver.
It's about time we kicked COVID-19 out of our lives. Join us on TTV Outline every Monday and let us learn how to fight COVID together. Welcome back to TTV. You're watching Midday Update. And now from our international desk. Joe Biden was sworn in as the 46th President of the United States on Wednesday. He was sworn in by Chief Supreme Court Justice John Roberts. Biden, who's 78 years old, became the oldest president to be sworn in. He was previously vice president from 2009 to 2017. Kamala Harris was also sworn in as the 49th Vice President of the United States. Harris is the first female, first Black, and first South Asian Vice President. She was sworn in by the Supreme Court Justice Sonia Sotomayor. The event took place on the west front of the U.S. Capitol building a few days after former U.S. President Donald Trump's supporters stormed in, ultimately resulting in the 5 people. Prominent guests, including former U.S. Presidents Barack Obama, George Washington Bush, and Bill Clinton, attended the inauguration ceremony. However, Donald Trump was absent from the ceremony. Trump left the White House in the morning rather than attend any of the day's events. Outgoing Vice President Mike Pence attended the ceremony after skipping Trump's departure ceremony. The participation of former presidents is tradition to show unity and celebration of a new president. Talking about Joe Biden, and in hours later, after being sworn in as the president, Joe Biden yesterday informed United Nations Director General Antonio Guterres about the U.S. decision to rejoin the World Health Organization. Walking back on the former administration's plan to withdraw the U.S. from the WHO, Biden said, "This letter constitutes a retraction by the government of the United States of the letter dated July 6, 2020, notifying you that the government of the United States intended to withdraw from the World Health Organization effective July 6, 2021. The United States intends to remain a member of the World Health Organization." In the letter, the president said that the U.S. will be part of WHO's fight against the coronavirus. He said that the WHO plays a crucial role in the world's fight against the deadly COVID-19 pandemic, as well as countless other threats to global health and health security. The United States will continue to be a full participant and a global leader in confronting such threats and advancing global health and health security. Former President Donald Trump had in July last year pulled out the U.S. from the WHO after criticizing the body for covering up the outbreak of COVID-19, which emerged in China in 2019. The U.S. had also backed out of a joint global effort led by the WHO to develop, manufacture, and distribute a vaccine to cure coronavirus. The decision would have come into effect from July 6 this year. Besides retracting from WHO, Biden has also taken the decision to rejoin the Paris Agreement, from which Trump had pulled out in November last year. Hours after taking the office, Biden on Wednesday signed 17 executive orders, memorandums, and proclamations, including ending the Muslim travel ban. Talking in detail about the Muslim travel ban, it was implemented in 2017 during Trump's first week in office. The Muslim ban initially restricted travel from 7 Muslim majority nations, including Iran, Iraq, Libya, Somalia, Sudan, Syria, and Yemen. The ban faced several legal challenges, but the Supreme Court in 2018 upheld the final version of the measure. The Muslim travel ban so far restricts citizens from 12 countries, including Iran, Libya, Syria, Yemen, Somalia, Nigeria, Myanmar, Eritrea, Kyrgyzstan, Sudan, Tanzania, and North Korea, and some Venezuelan officials and their relatives from obtaining a broad range of U.S. visas. With another executive order, Biden has bolstered the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals program that protects from deportation immigrants brought to the United States as children, often called Dreamers. Another executive order revoked the Trump administration's plan to exclude non-citizens from the census count, and other overturns a Trump executive order that pushed aggression efforts to find and deport unauthorized immigrants. Biden has also halted construction of Trump's border wall with Mexico. The order includes an immediate termination of the national emergency declaration that allowed the Trump administration to redirect billions of dollars to the wall. Once again, it's time for a quick commercial break, but stay tuned for more updates from our sports desk.
Oman's largest online supermarket now has no minimum order limit. From grocery to household items, Rafiq has everything that you want. Enjoy worry-free shopping with over 8,000 products to choose from. and get it delivered straight to your doorstep. Rafiq, you order, we deliver.
It's about time we kicked COVID-19 out of our lives. Join us on TTV Outline every Monday and let us learn how to fight COVID together. Welcome back to TTV. You're watching Midday Update. And now from our sports desk. World number one Novak Djokovic said his demands for tennis players in quarantine ahead of the Australian Open were unconstrued. In an open letter to the Australian public published from hotel quarantine in South Australia, Djokovic defended his good intentions. It comes after the 8-time Australian Open champion was widely criticized after issuing a list of demands for players in quarantine to Australian Open chief Craig Tilley, including shorter quarantine periods and moving as many players as possible to houses with private tennis courts. Djokovic said that his letter to Tilley was taken the wrong way. In his letter, he said that my good intentions for my fellow competitors in Melbourne have been misconstrued as being selfish, difficult, and ungrateful. This couldn't be farther from the truth. More than 70 players competing in the Australian Open have been confined to their hotel rooms for 14 days after fellow passengers on their charter flights to Melbourne tested positive for COVID-19. Other players, including Djokovic, who will compete in an exhibition tournament in Adelaide before heading to Melbourne, are allowed out of their rooms for 5 hours per day to train. Athletics Kenya Relay Series enters the second leg on Saturday as the country's sprinters prepare for a strong showing at the 5th edition of World Relays, slated for Silesia, Poland in May. The 3-leg meetings started on January 9, 2021 in Nairobi, with the second edition scheduled for January 23, 2021, while the third leg will be held next month on February 6th. The weekend relay meets will culminate into national trials on March 26th and 27th, where a team will be picked to represent Kenya in Silesia. The creation of weekend relays will see the runners gain valuable experience and fitness ahead of the World Relays Championships and 2020 Olympic Games later in the year. Kenya's fastest sprinter, Mark Otieno, hopes to improve his first leg performance as he eyes national team selection in March. Otieno, who made his breakthrough in 2017 when he clocked a national record of 10.14 seconds to book his spot at the 2017 World Championships, remain optimistic about making it to the World Relays and Tokyo Games. Gilbert Osur, a Kenya Defense Forces sprinter who dominated the first leg of the weekend, topping the men's 300 meters in a time of 34 and 3 seconds, hopes to take full advantage of the weekend meetings to ensure he qualifies for the World Relays. With this story, we have come to the end of the episode for today. But stay tuned as we'll be back again next week at 2 p.m. with more updates and news your way. Have a great weekend and keep watching TTV.
You've just heard the live feed from the TTV studios on TFM 95.4. Let's talk.